Normally I would do my intro like fucking, this is
Yeah.
fucking God's Hour podcast. I should have did it thinking about it already, but I think this is episode 56. I want to say 56. And I want to freestyle this shit, man. So I don't really have anything
Okay.
prepared written. So
Okay.
you know what I mean? I have a special guest. You might have seen him, you might have heard him from his work that we did on fucking Cocaine Cell itself to various singles. I'm featured on instrumentals, but we have NC in the motherfucking building.
What's good, yo? Pleasure.
What's good, bro? How you been?
Nothing, dog. I'm chilling. I had work today. I'm chilling. Got some shit done yesterday. I got to get you some beats this week. I told you I was going to get on that. So.
Oh yeah.
I got some stuff.
No doubt, bro. No doubt. So when did this start for you? How did how did you even start producing?
6 years ago, I got into it through people I was listening to at the time. I listened to what really got me wanting to get into it was Earl. You know what I mean? Seeing him do all that, and then I just went down the rabbit hole of learning different hip hop shit and just learn by listening. That's how I got into producing. I'm still doing that.
That's what's up. So was there a song? Was it a song that you heard from? Because I think we talked about this already, on the earlier before, on one of the episodes. But how did was it something that you heard? Was it
Yeah, it was Earl's. What was the second one? I don't like shit. I don't go outside because he produced all of it except for one. So that made me think I could get in producing.
There's a lot to learn though. That was an album that was a real turning point for Earl, because I felt like with Earl, he would rap on very, very different shit. Not that it was different shit, but when it came to I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, it just had a real darker sound that I feel like Earl is really encompassing now. He thrives in now. But when it came out, it was a whole different fucking album. It was really something new. It was really interesting.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that he didn't really sample anything. He kind of played everything versus these days, I don't know if he still does that. But because he produced everything except for one, I was just like, yo, he's bringing something interesting to the table. Whereas today he's sampling it a lot more. And I kind of prefer what he was doing, playing it, but it's cool.
Yeah, with it's very interesting. I feel like you could pull it off with not sampling, but I just feel like sampling has its own style, its own sound. And but I feel like he really did a good job. I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. As far as the production goes, I feel like there's not too many producers that have their own sound that they can identify. It's very there's super okay, you have Premier, you have Derringer, you have Earl. I feel like Doom is in that. There's so many producers, I feel like they have their own style and shit like that, but their own identity behind it, where you could listen and be like, oh, that's a fucking Premier beat, that's a this beat, that's a that.
Yeah, signature, man. Everybody's got some signature move that makes them unique, the ones who really stand out in the game. So
yeah, that's fucking it's really something when you have a producer that they could just, I don't know, Earl, I feel like he did what that song with Billy Woods. That's a new one and it's super simple. It's just a super simple fucking loop sped up or whatever. And I don't know, to me, it's kind of it doesn't scream out Earl style, but it kind of does in a way. Oh, okay, you can see.
I get it. I guess I've talked to you about this before. I'm kind of tuned out of it now, Like,
oh, you haven't heard that? Have you heard that track or no?
Nah, look, I'll be honest with you. I respect Arm & Hammer, Billy Woods, and Elucid. They're dope, but I can't get into their shit personally. I respect
you can't
it.
get jiggy with it.
Nah, and I can't get down with the Earl stuff he's been doing with them either. Like, I honestly, the one they did with Alchemist last year, I was trying to get into it. I'm like, I mean, it's dope, but like, I can't really connect with what they're trying to do personally. And like, sometimes that happens with people. Like, I respect it nonetheless, but like, it's just not for me, you know.
I get it. So who now are you listening to that like really like you're connecting with or influences you now?
I'm just been hip hop or just music in general?
Like just music, like whatever.
Besides stuff I go buy at the record store, that could be everything. You never know what you're gonna get in there. So besides that, probably who am I checking on these days? You know, I still listen, you know, anything I've told you this before, anything Madlib's catalog, I'm listening to that for inspiration. Who else? Non-hip hop. Roy Ayers, you know, a lot of jazz stuff. You know, I've been other country shit, you know, just been on that, you know. I haven't really been tuned into the hip hop this year. It's so I'm, you know, my years of existence, this is the weakest year of hip hop, in my opinion. I don't think there's been, for me, everything I've heard, it's just it's kind of you know, the game's kind of right now for me. So
yeah, which is super interesting because like we were in this like fucking people like swore this was like the resurgence of hip hop, and it's kind of like fucking dwindling or something. Like I don't know if it was I don't know if it was the pandemic. I don't know what it was, but I feel like a lot of rappers that were killing it just like a few years ago aren't really like on it anymore. Not on it, but it's just like kind of like been there, done that. Like Griselda was killing the game for so long, and now it just seems kind of either like stale or fucking redundant or something like that. So like, how do you feel about like the fucking the whole like how this shit has been coming along with hip hop? Because to me, I kind of it kind of breaks my heart that this shit is kind of like going this way. Like this
dog. Really... You know, I thought shit in the game would kind of keep evolving and get better, and nah, because to me now, like you just said, Griselda, like I respect Griselda. I respect all these artists, but like I can still call it whack. I think it's kind of whack now. It's kind of like you said, redundant. You know what I'm going back to for inspiration is what people were doing in the '90s. You know, like when you and I have a private conversation talking about Boot Camp Click. Like, you know, that's the stuff that's inspiring to me. You know, like they were doing some raw shit. Like that kind of hip hop is dope. You know, and there's like you could evolve so many different styles from not just that, but like anything. But I just think the game's kind of whack right now. There's like same thing with Earl. Like I respect him, but just like a lot of his stuff's coming out not for me, you know. K Dot stuff coming out not for me, not feeling it, you know. Any of that, you know. I'm just not. It's weird. It's very strange, and like you said, it's very disappointing because like I know you love hip hop just as much as I do. Like you want to see it be good, you know. Like you want to see like all this dope stuff happening, and like you said, it's stale. It's unfortunate. I hope we can get back to some like more inspiring things. You know, everything kind of feels so like robotic and kind of corporate, especially the way people move too. In music, I've noticed. So
yeah, it's very interesting now that like a lot of not a lot of artists, but some artists they're either uninspired or like they don't or like they want to move to like business savvy. Like this shit is like we're in the age kind of like where it's like now like with the whole independent shit going on, it's almost like everyone wants to like move in like their own like self-interest. Like, oh, if I don't get clout off of this, I'm not trying to do this. Or like everything kind of seems almost like social media based, or like, can I get money from this bullshit that I'm trying to do or whatever. And I'm really not for that shit. I feel like the artists that are still making great music are the artists that are, like have been about the music
True.
Like Madlib. Has Madlib even dropped the album? Like, did he come out with some new shit?
I mean, I'm always keeping up. You know me. I fuck with everything he does at this point. You know, really look up to him for some inspiration. But I think he did some shit with you know, he's got those beat CDs. He gave some shit to MED and Declaim and LMNO from Visionaries, and they did a little project. But like in terms of like official stuff, it's been since what was it, Sound Ancestors? That was the beginning of 2021. I'm hoping he look. He talks. I've seen him talk about a lot of stuff that could come out, and it doesn't come out. I'm just like, what's good with that? You know, probably comes down to sampling or the music business aspect of shit. But I would like to hear more. You know, he's one, like we were just talking about, inspiration, always being consistent, doing different shit, always doing different shit.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of crazy when like I was feeling like when West Side Gun did the song with Madlib, I'm thinking like, yo, this is gonna change hip hop forever. Like this is gonna be some fucking groundbreaking, record breaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, out of all the fucking Madlib beats you could fucking get, you're gonna like. I think I only heard it one time, and I'm fucking up because I'm like, I don't even remember the song now, but like, it just kind of like didn't go anywhere, and I just feel like, not that it didn't go anywhere. I just feel like it's fucking, like, I don't know. I just, like, hip hop is in a fucking weird place. It's like in a limbo right now, bro, where it's like, you're either listening to the old school shit or like the new school shit, but, or like the trap or like what it seems like is that drill is kind of taking over.
True. I've been seeing it the last couple of years. True. I know a lot of people around me who actually on that. I mean, I live close to Chicago, but like Indiana is kind of like a hodgepodge of shit. But I have noticed like the drill shit is going up, which is interesting. I mean, it's cool, but
it has like to me though, it's like the reggaeton of like hip hop, because all the fucking beats sound the same. They have like the same kind of off snare and the same what is it, sub bass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hating on it. It's cool, but I just feel like I really like Pop Smoke, and I feel like no one can really top his style because he was really on some gangster shit with it. Like,
true. Yeah.
And now we have like the Ice Spice girl with the
money. I don't even know who that is.
Bro, there's this chick. She's on fire right now. Her name is Ice Spice, bro.
Interesting.
And that's cool. I just feel like I'm like, the music is going somewhere. At least that part of it is going somewhere where I don't think I'm gonna follow it. At least not for now. But you know, like what do you think? What do you like? Who do you think? I feel like, okay, so this is what I feel like. I feel like new artists have, like, a new artist has to come and just shake this whole shit up, like kind of like West Side Gun with what he did. And I always bring him up because I feel like he was like the catalyst for what the standard was for hip hop. But how do you feel about it, bro?
Like I agree with you. I think someone has to sort of make it more interesting. Like, I don't know. Like, tell you what. So I came in through the underground kind of community online, I guess, and like, it's stale, man. You know, it's like I'm waiting. I mean, I guess I'm not waiting. I guess you have to be the spark to do it. If you want to see the change, you got to be the change. So you gotta. I've been wanting to do some different stuff, personally, but like something's got to give, man.
Yeah, this shit. You know, it's really interesting because I feel like we're like in like a super like changing like time and shit. Even we have like some dudes like Rome Streets, who I feel like everyone is giving like praise to him as a new artist and salute to him. I just feel like he's like his shit has already been done, and like he's already been around. So I feel like someone has to come out of like nowhere. Like, I don't know who.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Just I completely agree, man. Like I don't know what, maybe it's just the times now. Like no one's moving in like a raw, interesting way. Maybe it's the product of just like the times plus just like I don't know. It's hard. It's probably harder to do shit now than you could then. Thinking about it, like if we're thinking back to like the 90s, but
like in terms of what, like what's harder to do, like fucking
the business back then, like now. So here's the big difference. Now it's cool to be independent and you could make it work if you find your own way in doing it. Back then you had to be good and had to have a deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it worked. So I guess that's what's different these days. Like there's so many independent artists who are just like, probably clones of each other. Not trying to be disrespectful, but like you could say that about producers, you could say that about anybody, but like I think that's why it's important to move differently, like that's my goal. I probably have done stuff that's probably redundant or similar, but my main goal is just to create every day and do something different. But doing different stuff and living to inspire and kind of evolving is kind of the most important thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Do you have like post-its on top of your camera or something? I feel like there's something lacking. What is that?
I have this thing over my. It must have fell back up. I had a thing covering my camera for the longest time.
It looked like fucking post-its or something, bro. It looked like
a note card chopped up.
A note card?
Yeah. What
do you write in like notes and shit? Like fucking just to remind you
something? No, it's just a blank note card that covers my camera.
What the fuck?
I don't use my camera on my computer. I'm running on a computer from like 2015, a cheap plastic Windows computer.
For real?
For 7 years. Yeah, I haven't had an upgrade.
Damn, bro.
Like the MP's like right here. I don't know if I can move my camera down a little.
Oh shit! You know what that means? You gotta chop a beat up. That's it. You gotta do it like.
Nah.
I'm fucking around now.
Yeah, after this shit. Yeah, I got a stack of records right here. I got to go through.
What you get? What kind of well, you don't have to say like what records they are, but like.
Yeah, I got some. What is this? This is some. I haven't played it. This is the free record he gave me. I don't know what it is. I think it's some like Samba Caribbean shit, but it's maybe some like Samba Cuba shit. I think maybe. I definitely don't think it's reggae, although it could be. I don't know.
Who gave you a free record?
The guy I bought the records from in Bloomington, Indiana, CDs, LPs, my man Wilbur. I bought a record from. I got some African shit. I got some bought some Hubert Law shit. People are sleeping on that. I got this progressive rock record I can't pronounce. I got this blank LP it's a double LP, that's some dope shit. I got this Italian record that's kind of scored in the same sense of like Blade Runner. Kind of like
shit, the OG Blade Runner?
No, it's not. It's not. It's like it's not Blade Runner itself. It's kind of similar to that though, like the soundscapes and synths and whatnot.
Bro, that Blade Runner, bro, has like a crazy ass. Like I feel like your production is really like Blade Runner-esque because it had like your beats have like a fucking almost like spacey like fucking I don't know how to like describe your sound, but it's like a lot of your beats that are layered, they have like a real, what is it, like I don't know, like I can't even say aesthetic. It's just like the sound is like really fucking, I don't know. It's like if you open the door to a fucking portal or something, it's just like its own thing, you know what I mean? Like fucking Monsters Inc. You open the door and it's like fucking a whole room. You open another door, it's a whole different fucking room. Yeah, that's how I would describe your beats, bro. It's just like really like dimensional production.
Respect, bro. I'm trying to get better every day. That's my goal. Every day, trying to do different, improved, or whatever shit. But I'm just trying to create every day. So I appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, you already know, bro. Cause with me, I be doing like some real simple shit. I don't really give a fuck about putting flutes and harmonicas and shit. I don't give a fuck about sampling like the Hadoukens from Street Fighter and trying to put that shit in every other fucking beat or something. Like my shit is real minimalistic, just because like I don't really have like I don't really give a fuck if it's just like a loop or something like that. I could chop it up or something real nice, then yeah. But like all the other shit, I still got to learn the machine. But like, like as far as your whole like beat making process, like how many layers would you say like you have like in one beat, like on average?
It depends. It depends on what I'm doing. It depends on what my inspiration is at the moment. It could be anywhere from like probably average is like 4-track.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, 4 tracks. Something anywhere from like 4 to 11.
Oh fuck, that's a lot.
It's all down to like, hey man, I'll tell you what. A lot of people go to the SP for like effects and shit. People sleep on the MP for effects, man. And like mixing shit. Like it has its own. If you get like I got an MP that's like standalone and digital, so it has its own like kind of sound. I feel like, which is cool. But if you kind of work your quirks of it, like I've worked my personality basically into it, I can make it sound like it might have like 20 layers, man. People sleep on these machines, man. Like you can do a lot on them. You don't need a lot. People think you need all this gear and shit, and you really don't. It's all about what you're gonna do with it. So.
For real, like a lot of people, they post like videos of them in some crazy high-end studio with the big speakers and the fucking the booth right there, the see-through booth. You can see the rappers with like the fucking the compressors and the mixers and all that shit, the mixing board and all. Like you really don't need none of that shit, really, bro.
But if you got it, that's cool. Like you can get really busy if you have all that shit. You know what you're doing, no doubt. Like when I was at audio engineering school, I'd see people who are crazy like that. But for me, I didn't grow up learning like that. So I'm like, it's cool if you want to do that, but I've just decided, I want to do my own thing. You really don't need all that though, But it's cool if you have like. You don't need a lot of gear to get busy, but I would say if you want to do specific things, it's probably better to have some instruments. That's my next goal.
Yeah. Definitely. So like what influences you to make these beats, bro? Besides like music, like what do you think like influences like that helps?
Weed, man. That could be one aspect. Weed. Getting so high, forget I exist. I'm just here. That could be one aspect. That, records, movies, anything like I see that's dope that I absorb.
Like what about video games?
I wish I was still into video games, man. I gave it up for making music because I used to get too anal into video games, and I'd have to like I was an Xbox 360 dude way back when, when it was hot. I had to play the game and get all the achievements and do all that shit, and I was just real anal about being into it. And I put all my energy into doing music, and it's kind of worked out better. Video games are cool though. It's just but people will be sampling video games too, so I can't hate. You can sample anything these days, so
for real, you could sample fucking like you could sample like a fucking pickle jar or something like that. Shake it and that'll be like I don't fucking know, whatever, some kind of fucking brainstorm, some kind of bullshit. But like my opinion is I feel like all artists or creatives are like nerds in some sense. Like
no, absolutely.
Like whether you collect Pokemon cards like me or like you're into like this or that. Like I feel like all creatives. Like is there something like that you have like hobbies or whatever? You collect Hot Wheels or some bullshit like that?
CD. That's my new thing recently. CD. I've been spending everyone around me who sees me, like my family and my girl, they be thinking I'm crazy but spending all this money on CD. Like I got a drawer over there with all my CDs in it. That's just kind of been my new thing.
What kind of CDs, bro? Like
so far I've been going after all the Madlib stuff I like because I like to bump it in my car because he has these long CD mixes that be like an hour and 20 minutes long and I can just put it in the car and not have to worry about shit. I don't like the radio and aux can just be too limitless sometimes and I need a selection where I can just sit there and listen. So I can focus driving and not worry about it. But rare hip hop CDs. What else? Music I like in just general that I find.
What's the first CD you ever bought?
First CD I ever bought.
Like with your own money, like that you fucking like.
I think the first one I ever got. This was 2 years ago. This is probably around this time in 2020. Actually, I was on Bandcamp and I was at work. This is when I was working in management at some storage facility, and I could, they said you can listen to music and do whatever you want in the office when you work alone. So I was like, cool, because I have my own property to manage, and Bandcamp always has like a selection of like, oh, the newest stuff or whatever. And it was like this one-off thing. Never heard of it. This label in the UK called Futuristica Music. It was this girl named Georgie Sweet, her debut album. And it's like her singing over kind of like, what's the best way I could describe it in vague terms? It's like her singing over like Jay Dilla type beats. Like really, really like, they really sound like Dilla beats too, which is cool. But like it has its own twist on it too. Like there's a lot of live elements to it and whatnot. That was the first CD I bought.
So fucking, it just sounded like a chick singing over Dilla.
Here, I'll pull it out. I'll go get it.
Indiana.
Yeah, what's this shit? Yeah.
What the fuck? Hey, that chick's pretty cute. What?
Yeah, some good music. It's on Bandcamp. It's good. It's called Misunderstood by Georgie Sweet off Futuristica Music. I bought a couple of their other shit too. They got some ill producers on there.
Wow. Definitely got to check that out, man. I really love, man, I didn't even know how important Dilla was to the culture. Like, Dilla really inspired, like, all the, like, if you have an SP4, any SP404, and you're doing all this, like, all the kids right now that are putting special effects on Instagram and shit, and they got the GoPros on the SP and all that. Dilla really fucking paved the way for y'all, man. That's, like, have you seen like the video of like how he humanized the NPC and shit?
Yeah.
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 Well, fucking besides that shit, I just feel like Jay Dilla is like probably like one of the greatest like pioneers, if not the greatest pioneer in hip hop. Like obviously, besides like Kool Herc and like all the OGs, but like I don't know one fucking producer that like changed hip hop. Like Dilla
he kind of did. He made lo-fi cool like that. It's not I wouldn't even call it a genre. It's like a sound. Like it's a type of mixing. It's raw. He made that cool because that's. I mean, like I wouldn't say I like lo-fi music necessarily. Like I make shit like that, but I like raw music. I don't like shit that's too polished or too mixed to the point where it's like we're making whatchamacallit, we're making a big record, at a big deal. I don't want
a Drake album.
Yeah, like I mean that shit's cool, no doubt. But like I like raw music. I've always came up on raw music. So
yeah, and it's funny because like there, like back in the day, there would be like a fucking like a demo version or a raw version of like artists' albums and shit. And now there's like a whole bunch of people that make that sound, like, and it's like, I don't want to say it's lazy to do that, but it's just like more simple just to be like, I'm not gonna fucking like polish it to the point where it sounds like a fucking Nicki Minaj record or something. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of like, that's just kind of where it is. But I just feel like with Jay Dilla, man, Jay Dilla really fucking like inspired me to just like, I don't know, like his whole style was just like, there was nobody really like that, bro. Like who the fuck would have like, so like quantized drums, if you don't know what quantized drums are, they're like on the beat. So it's like you're on a fucking beat, but like what Dilla did, it'd be like a beat off, or like the drums, the snares would be like a half second off or something. So it would sound more like if someone was actually playing the drums and shit versus like a computer or whatever. And my dog, Presley, you're fucking up the video right now. Get over here. Come here. Get the fuck over here. But you're fucking up the podcast. I'm doing a very fucking important, special fucking podcast. There goes my dog. Presley, come here. Now that you say your name, now you got no. You gotta get over here. Come here. You gotta show up now. I'm sorry about this. Come here. There he is. There goes my dog, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking
that's good.
You want to tell the people why you fuck my fucking show up, buddy, like you always do when you try? You got to face the camera and say it. Fucking dog. Go do something. All right. Anyway, Jay Dilla. Yeah, I just love Jay Dilla. And I just got like a mad love and respect for like all these like producers that fucking like really paved the way for everyone else, because now everyone wants to like revise history. Like, oh, fucking everyone's taking like I started this shit. And it's like, no, you didn't. You followed everybody else. You know what I mean?
There's an unspoken rule in this hip hop shit, man. Don't bite. You know, it's cool to be influenced and inspired, but I don't think it's cool to bite. You know, back then, I wasn't even I was a youngin', real youngin' back then, but like I respect hip hop history. Like I've looked at it, back then, if you were biting somebody else's shit, you were dissing each other on tracks, or you guys were in the streets doing some shit, taking care
shootouts,
stabbing. Yeah. Nowadays it's whatever. Biting's not cool. I don't think it's cool, but it's normalized now. It's glamorized to bite now, which is kind of lame. It doesn't make it interesting.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of, and I think that shit comes more like with like more mainstream shit, like the trap stuff or things like that. But I mean, there's still like I feel like there's like biting, and then there's like being influenced by. But there are people that like just blatantly like fucking like dudes be talking about having bricks and fucking flying fucking planes of drugs, and like they never like even bought a plane ticket or something like that. I don't know how the fuck that works. I know like when we did our album Picasso and Matisse, we were talking about wild shit we didn't have, but like that was kind of like the whole concept of just like making it like as artistic as like we could. Me and Chava Styles. But I mean, we were influenced by Griselda and the whole shit. But now I just feel like, I mean, I guess rappers have always been capping in their songs too. But I just feel like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Because like one of these days, these kids are gonna go somewhere, do a show somewhere or something, and someone's gonna be like trying to buy like an 8-ball from them or something or like that, or buy some fucking weed. Like, I guess I'm at that point where it's like I rap about old shit that I've done or whatever, but then like I'm not living like that. Like I don't drink anymore. I don't smoke or anything. So I guess hip hop is a catch-22, at least for rapping.
Now it is. Maybe it always was though. I don't know. I can't really speak for it because I don't think you neither of us were doing shit in the 90s. So.
Oh yeah, I was a fucking baby.
Yeah, we just respect the game, I guess, for what it is. But I don't know. You're definitely right. It is a catch-22. Like,
yeah, but like nowadays, man, I'm fucking I'm getting influenced by like nerdy shit, like Pokemon cards, and like the Batman. I feel like the Batman was the best movie in like a long time, probably like the best movie of the year. Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I think that shit sucks, man. I'm gonna keep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's one of the worst movies.
What?
Yeah, it's like top 5 worst movies I've seen.
What the fuck?
I'm not with that shit, man.
Why? What?
Because I came up on it. Look, they should let me do a Batman movie, man.
They should let you do a Batman movie?
Yeah, I could do it way better.
You'll be Batman?
I could, but I'm not tall enough. Nah, I could not. Seriously, if whoever the fuck who owns that shit, Warner Bros., if they let me do that shit, I promise you, they'd make a lot of money and it'd be a great movie. That's what shit should be in movies. You should want to make something that's so good that it makes a lot of money. But like when the whole goal is to make money and you do like, when you do shit on purpose in movies, I don't like it. So I'm not going to speak on the Batman too much because like there's a lot of things I could say, but it's just a culmination of a lot of bad things. The dude can't play Batman or Bruce Wayne, in my opinion. The only cool thing I liked was the dude who played the Penguin, because that dude is not that big in real life. That was the only cool thing. But the rest of the movie, I'm not feeling that. It's cool, something different, not for me. So
I understand what you're saying.
That's just me.
I just feel like with Robert Pattinson's whole shit is like the Batman, the Batman character and the Bruce Wayne character were too alike. Like he was a emo depressed Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, and he was emo depressed as Batman. Versus like the whole point of Batman was he was the billionaire playboy in the day, and then by night he was a scary ass. Like he's coming for you, your ass is grass if he finds you. Fucking.
That's why Batman worked.
Yeah,
that's the only reason. Like when they took that out, I'm like, okay, so this is a different type of movie. They're doing a different take. Okay, I'll check it out. But here's how I look at stuff. If you're not going to do, it doesn't have to be exactly like a comic book. You can adapt it. I'm fine with that. But like, if it's not really in the same roots, where like it's not, you can't do it. I came up on Batman. Look, I'm not as big on a lot of stuff as I was in the past. Like I used to be big on Star Wars in the past, not as big as on it as I was. Batman too, but like Batman's something I hold dearly to my heart and shit. Came up on Batman the Animated Series, you know what I mean? That shit is dope. That shit is ill. Why can't they do a live action version of that shit? Because that shit is ill as fuck.
Because they will fuck it up somehow.
Yeah, that's honestly, that was the best. I mean, there's cool live action movies, but honestly, the best comic book stuff I've seen done in like a way, it's always cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how it probably should be, because it's a comic book, it's not real.
The Batman. Have you played fucking like Arkham Asylum and all that shit? Yeah.
All of them, yeah.
What was your favorite one? Because I haven't started Arkham Knight. I played Asylum.
That's the best one.
And Knight. Oh wait, Asylum and City. You think the best one was Knight? Yeah,
because I like you get the full experience as Batman, man. You get to be in the Batmobile. It feels like a world, like, how GTA is big world? It's a big world. I mean, it's limited, but it's still it's the whole Gotham City.
Mm-hmm.
Arkham City was cool too, though. I would agree. But Arkham Knight is probably the best Batman Arkham game they did, in my opinion.
I've seen a lot of people shitting on Arkham Knight because they didn't like the fact that you were in the Batmobile, like the Batmobile missions and all that shit.
Well, that shit sucks, but I mean, I think it was cool. I mean, it's different, like it's always doing different shit. That's why it's dope to me. Mm-hmm. No game is like one another. Like Arkham Asylum is probably smallest. Arkham City's bigger. Arkham Knight's the biggest. It makes sense. It's cool.
Yeah.
To me, at least, but.
Mm-hmm. I really like Batman just because it's like I don't know, just something about like having like fucking like morals and integrity and all that, especially now because the fucking kids are wild on Instagram. They make fucking dumbass videos of themselves dancing and shit like that. When I was a fucking kid, man, I didn't have none of that shit, bro. Like, so like, I feel like there's no really like sense of like moral compass. Like all the schools is getting shot up and shit like that. And I feel like this is because these kids aren't fucking watching like superhero shit. Like fucking Batman was a fucking gangster. He didn't have no guns, but he'll whip your ass.
Yeah, man, he was an inspiration. He had no powers. Like you said, he had sheer will, respect, self-discipline. That's something these kids don't have these days, self-discipline. Maybe just people in general. I don't see a lot of self-discipline these days.
For real. You be seeing like just people, especially out here, like in LA, well, not out here, but like in LA, there's a lot of that shit going on where like, like fucking people are just like in it for themselves. Like people are selfish, man, and people don't give a fuck about nothing, bro. And I feel like I feel like I was raised on the television in some sort of sense. Like my parents, they were always working and shit. So like I was always like in front of the fucking TV a lot of the times, like either getting like babysit and shit like that. It's just funny like how like TV and shit is like it really like fucking not influences you, but it like that's what you see, and I guess like that's how like kind of like what influences you, or I guess in some sense.
Good TV back then. That's what you and I got for show. I don't know about today though.
They got the Amazing World of Gumball Machines and all this other shit. Adventure Time.
I would say they make TV shows that are bad influences for kids these days, easily.
Yeah, a lot of the shit I'm seeing now is like, how the fuck is this even a show? Like,
yeah, yep.
Like it's not good. Like I grew up on. I mean, the Batman, I wasn't really too heavily on. I like the movies, the Batman movies, but like I like shit like Baby Looney Tunes or Avatar: The Last Airbender, fucking Jimmy Neutron. This fool had a big ass head. He would make fucking machines and shit.
Yeah, that show is hilarious.
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron was a fucking awesome show.
I agree.
Fairly Odd Parents.
They still do that shit though, don't they?
Which one?
The one you just said. Fairly
Odd Parents?
I thought they did, or they did something to continue it and it got whack. I can't remember.
I think they revamped it. Like I think they fucking like I don't know. I don't watch those fucking silly.
No, neither do I. I just remember hearing something that show was going for a long, long time. Kind of like, what's that other one? SpongeBob. You can learn a lot from the early SpongeBob episodes, though, on how to live, actually.
For real?
They teach you. Hey, I've learned some life lessons from that. You know who's an inspiring figure from that show?
Who?
Plankton. Inspiring figure. Yeah.
Why?
Remember that episode when he was teaching SpongeBob to be assertive?
Nah, not
such an important episode because, in my opinion, assertiveness. Living with assertiveness is very important because there's a balance to it. You can do it in a professional way that it's not selfish or insulting or disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I got from it growing up.
Yeah, I never really I don't even know what episode you're talking about because like fucking SpongeBob is so old now, bro.
True. That shit is very old.
I was watching SpongeBob like almost 20 years ago. When I think about it now, like what the fuck, bro? Like easily over 15 years ago, 15 or more years ago. I just love like how goofy some of that shit would be. Whereas like now it's just like goofy dumb shit in the kids versus like SpongeBob. They would sprinkle shit in there, like medicine in the food, like Prodigy type shit.
Yep, Jules, man.
Yeah, like, yeah, I just love like, I don't know, I'm still like a kid at heart. So for me, like the whole fucking like when I was a kid, I was too busy trying to be like an adult, and now like that I'm an adult, I'm like kind of like not trying to be a fucking kid, but like I'm trying to relive some of that shit, bro. Because like as an adult now, all this like adult shit is bullshit to me. Like I'm like who really gives a fuck who's making how much money? Like who really gives a fuck if you have the dumb expensive car or you got the dumb Balenciaga shoes? Like that shit don't mean anything.
Yep. Like, yeah, I agree, man.
You know, so I feel like I don't know, we as a culture, we taking our eye off the ball with just being consumed with like all this fucking just Amazon bullshit. Everyone is just like if like God forbid you don't have a pair of like Balenciagas and you're not in with the cool crowd.
Like I don't even when I was in like I used to be into shoes. You know, I was in high school maybe like 7 years ago. You know, and when I was
what kind of shoes you had?
Probably just like rare Nike stuff and maybe some one-off Jordan stuff. That was it. But now, I mean, I got out of that, you know.
You just fucking are rocking Converse now or what?
I'll be rocking Vans, Converse 2 and Asics. That's it. Cheap stuff.
Asics ain't that cheap depending on Depending on which ones, like the Ronnie.
Depending on what you find. Depending on what you find. I'll be getting the Gel Light 3s for dirt cheap. $60.
Damn, bro. Over here, bro, $60 to get you like the fucking grandpa cookout ones and shit, like the Nike Air Monarchs and shit.
That shit's still ill though. I mean, the way I look at it, look, at the end of the day, it's not about what you wear. It's if you got a pair of shoes, that's what it's all about. Comfy pair of shoes you can get busy in, do whatever, and that's all that matters. Some people ain't got shoes, so.
Yeah, the only thing is when I go for my walks and shit, I see like my neighbors, like old ass neighbors, and we're like wearing the same shoes. I'm like, yeah, definitely. That's funny because I just got into like rocking shoes now, like my shoe collection. It's like not even that crazy. It's just like either like suede New Balances or like some fucking ill Pumas or something like that. But like, what kind of like did you ever end up selling your sneakers or like anything like that?
Yeah, I sold a lot of them. I still have some that I'm just trying to get rid of, but I got rid of a lot. I used to be into Kobe's, man. I used to be into some of the obscure Nike Kobe's you could get back in the day. What else? What else was I into? Back then, I may have had a couple foam posits, them stupid ass fucking shoes. Them shits is funny.
I think I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah, those shits is not comfortable.
Those big, dumb, goofy ass shoes and shit. Yeah. I've never been a fan. Like Jordans. No disrespect to Michael Jordan, even though Michael Jordan did disrespect hip hop on behalf of hip hop. That's some fucking bullshit, Michael Jordan. You fucking got some dumb ass shoes, paying $300 and upwards for those fucking. Those are like some clown ass shoes, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like
for me, his shoes were never comfortable. Like the older I got, and I look back, I'm like, a lot of these shoes are not comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
These days, I'll tell you what, I still have a pair of Golf Wang Vans that I need to get rid of.
Which ones?
Golf Wang Vans.
Oh, bro. I remember when the original ones came out. I wanted to get the blue ones, but.
Yeah, I didn't have the original ones. I had the ones from 2015, but it said Golf Wang's embroidered on the back. I'm trying to get rid of them.
Well, good luck, bro, because I don't know how much value them shits got in the market these days.
Not a lot. They've retained the exact same value, damn near, I got them for. So, unfortunately, I thought they'd be worth more, but
yeah, because once Tyler the Creator like sold the fuck out, it was kind of like, all his shit. I love Tyler the Creator's old shit, but like as soon as he got into like sunflowers and bees and all this shit, I'm like, okay, bro. The only thing I will salute Tyler the Creator for is like putting on Kali Uchis and like kind of like, in her early stages of her career. So that's the only thing I really respect him for.
Yeah, to me, like no disrespect to him, but I like a lot of Tyler's older stuff, but like Cherry Bomb was like the last really dope stuff to me. Everything after that, I was like, I see where he's kind of moving. It's not really for me personally. So
I listened to Cherry Bomb and I'm like, this can't be Tyler the Creator.
Well, I mean, he plays instruments, man. I respect it. It ain't always got to be hip hop because, I mean, he was never really good at rapping, anyways, in my opinion.
Shit! Yeah, Tyler the Creator starts dissing you on his next song.
No, I mean, he was never really like. He's a dope producer. I always thought he was ill doing that shit, but I never. The appeal was that he was different and he had his voice and all that shit. It was cool, but like, he was never a great rapper, man. Ever, never, ever. I'm sorry. That's the truth.
You know what's so crazy? People gave shit to Rick Ross about what'd he say? Like, I gave Ramali, she didn't even know it, or some shit like.
Oh, I remember that song. Yeah.
Whatever. People gave him shit for that. When Tyler the Creator literally has a song where he's like, slip it in a drink, and in the blink of an eye, I can make a white girl look chink. Don't know what to think. Like, some of this shit is like in hip hop. I feel like it's really like people really go after artists, like selectively. Like they'll shit on certain artists, like Nick Cannon for having like 10 kids. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or they'll shit on somebody else, but like they don't give a fuck about whoever else, like, is doing like the same shit. But I mean, Tyler the Creator, he did get shit for the whole what is it? He got banned in Europe, I think, because of his lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to him for like thugging through that shit, but I mean,
it's an accomplishment, but not, in my opinion. Like, it depends on how you want to look at it. I mean, it's cool either way.
Well, I'm pretty sure he gets paid more in Europe because they had to do the reparations or whatever the fuck.
Right. I mean, hey, if you get banned from a country because of how you are, I mean, it says, like, I guess I'm trying to say it's a good thing because, like, damn, you like that, you unique like that, but in the same sense, I mean, you are losing out on money. There's more genuine hip hop fans in Europe than there are in the United States. That's the crazy thing. So,
yeah, bro, because in Europe, it's kind of like they don't have like we're not over there, so like we can't like they easily can't just go take a drive or a plane ticket somewhere and just watch Method Man or fucking you know I don't know, name a fucking artist. Like they gotta save up. Like that's a fucking whole trip for them, and seeing like a Tyler the Creator, seeing I don't know, whoever their favorite shit is. They just appreciate it more because they don't have it. Like it's not accessible.
Yep.
So fucking I was doing the show on Friday at Firewater Bar, and I'm fucking like I'm kicking it with the homie Ace 100, and he has his homie. And I probably shouldn't have said the homie's name because I'm burning them out right now, but fuck it, whatever. But his homie, we're fucking talking, and he's like, he told me fucking, oh, I'm better than everybody here. Oh. And I'm like, oh, are you like gonna perform right now? Or is there something I didn't know? Because I didn't know I was talking to fucking the next Kendrick Lamar. I didn't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's like, oh, I'm just better than everybody. And I'm like, so you're gonna go on? Like, when are you gonna perform? Because anybody who tells me they're fucking better than everybody in the world, you know, I want to see you. I want to see it. You know? Yeah. He's like, oh no, I'm not gonna perform. And I'm like, have you performed? And he's like, no. I'm like, how do you know you better than everybody if you've never fucking performed before? And I'm pretty sure he was high out of his fucking mind. But I mean, like, there's really people out there that, like, I don't know if they wrote like 16 bars or something and they just think that they're automatically better than everybody. But like, what do you think about people that are just like, they overestimate their own ability to be like dumb fucks when it comes to like things like that? Like,
here's what I live by. Anything where anybody says like they self-proclaim something, it's instantly whack, and it's probably whack. So I just stop there because they just like to talk. You know, I don't have time to waste with people who just talk, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like, he kept telling me he was better than everybody else. And I'm like, well, you never know until you go. He's like, I know. I'm like, you never know until you go. Like, what the fuck? This isn't an argument, bro. Like until you actually go the fuck up there and you show and prove, bro, like, that don't mean shit. You could say you're fucking like, I don't know, you could say you're King Kong, bro, but until you actually do the shit, bro, you're like, you're nobody, you know?
It's kind of like LeBron James saying he's the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with people saying, oh, I'm the greatest or I'm better than everyone at this. Just like, shut the fuck up, man.
But even LeBron, bro, LeBron puts points on the board. Like, LeBron, he could say, I'm the greatest now. Like, now, rest in peace, Kobe passed. What's his name? Michael Jordan's not on the court anymore. LeBron can say, I'm the greatest now. But even then, it's kind of like, you done got like all these other NBA stars that, like, you know, I'm not into basketball, but like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other basketball players that fucking could ball up LeBron.
No, absolutely, I agree. Like, I'm into basketball. I always have been growing up. I hate sports except NBA and hockey. You know, those are the two things I fuck with because they be
Hockey's my shit.
Yep,
Who do you go for with the hockey shit?
I'm from Pittsburgh, man. We go with the Penguins, man. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Y'all got demolished. Now I'm fucking around.
They're not as good as they used to be. But hey, we got credits, man. We got credits for show.
How many Stanley Cups do the Penguins got?
Off top, I can't think. They definitely got more than 5.
I don't know how many the Kings got, but I know the Kings was fucking it up just a few years ago or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm into NBA and shit. So, but I will say this, LeBron, you can personally, respect, it's all preference. Say whatever you want to believe in or say, but he's, in my opinion, like I said, I don't fuck with the people saying I'm the greatest at this shit. You don't say it, you just do it, and then if people say it for you, you know what I mean? Like, you don't say it yourself. That's some clown shit. I don't fuck with that, So it's good to have confidence, no doubt. But like you said, overestimate your confidence is where I don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah, or I think it also comes from like your desire to be great versus the reality.
Yep. Well said.
Like, I think I really thought, like in my mind, I was like, man, I fucking like, I was like a really dope performer and shit like that. And then I did my first show again in years when I did Bing Bong. And I'm like, fuck, this is a pretty like lackluster performance. Not that it was bad, but it was just like, I was just kind of like standing in one place versus like some other performers I've seen, they're like fucking jumping around, doing jumping jacks and all this shit. And they're fucking like really giving, like, their music sucks, but like they're really giving it like a performance, Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm better than you because I make better music or whatever. It's just kind of like everyone has like their own niche, and some people just fail to realize. I feel that, I don't know, like reality. Like, you got to get with reality. Like, if you're showing up to the basketball court and you fucking like haven't practiced, you haven't picked up a basketball, you have at all, like, you should probably just shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you want to talk about, Steph Curry can't even shoot. It's like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're nobody. People know Curry. People know what Curry can do. But you're nobody, bro. Like, so I don't know.
That's why they say that shit, man. Anybody who does shit like that, because they're insecure. I get it, but put in the work and get your head out of your ass. It's very easy.
Yo, that shit is so funny, man. But I'm gonna do the performance competition. They putting up $500. I don't know. There better be some heat, because I'm gonna be fucking gunning for that shit for sure. They're gonna have some real competition.
Bro, go for it.
When I come through with that Onto 900, man, that shit is gonna fucking destroy everybody, bro. That shit. I'm probably gonna lose to like fucking some like Lil Pump type music or something.
Don't even manifest or speak about anything. Just go do your thing, and the rest will figure itself out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, because that's a fucking song. Me and NC, we got this album that I'm not gonna really speak too much on, because I know there's fucking dumbasses out there that watch my shit and they want to steal ideas, but that's all good with me. Just know that we got work and this shit is coming mad soon. I definitely want to drop that album like around like either like late November or like December or something. But
wait till you hear the new. It might make you rethink some things. Wait till you hear the new.
The new beats?
It might make you rethink,
Man, bro, the new beats.
I've been working.
And also too, I've been working on my own secret little, like, I got my own secret little album that I've been working on. It's like, it's not underground. It's like some, it's like what the new rappers are on like these days, like the trap shit.
Really? That's dope.
Yeah. I just wanted to do it because I just want to expand my shit. Like, when me and my cousin, we did For the Ladies, that was like I want bitches at the show. I don't want just a bunch of dudes around me, like as it is, like.
That's what's missing in music today too. You have to have both crowds. You have to.
Because hip hop is like 90% dudes or whatever the statistic is. It's like like at least for underground hip hop is mostly dudes at the show.
That's why you got to make some shit for the ladies. Why do you think people like Drake and Kanye kill it? They be making, that's one thing I'm not into their shit, but I respect it because they be making music for everybody. Like they be having everybody there.
And I wouldn't even say everybody, but I feel like a lot of it is for women.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like out of 10 people, like male, female, like 6 or 7 out of 10 people are women that listen to at least Drake, because Drake is a fucking simp. He's a super simp.
I agree.
Simper man. Kanye kind of 50-50, you know, because he does have that the super OG hip hop background with like the with Twista, fucking what's his name, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, his fake backpack rap shit. Yeah,
he came from that. Yeah, bro, like, hey, but anybody who could produce for Jay-Z and Jay-Z's prime, you have all my respect for.
Yeah, he did give Jay some really ill beats. I can't deny that shit.
You know what I mean? If you could produce with Ninth Wonder, if you could hang with fucking like Ninth Wonder and shit, bro, you definitely Just Blaze, you definitely deserve to be you know, held in high regard. I don't know about the shit he's doing now. I felt like his new album fucking sucked, but
not for me. That's just the way I look at it. I mean, like, you know, when people do stuff that I like, you know, it'll be for me. Until then, it's not for me. That's a lot of things right now. So I'm with you.
Yeah, because I feel like with the whole music shit, it should be about the music, not like fucking if I'm gonna sell this shit.
True.
Like, whatever.
True. Yep, that's all music is now. Like, it's like a lost, maybe I don't want to say rule, but like a lost like factor in people's shit, you know, like in my opinion, the best people who do music actually love music. They love doing music. It's never been about anything else. You know, sometimes other shit comes up because you have other responsibilities, and that's totally understandable. But those who really love music are the best to me. And that's kind of like lost today. Everybody, I get it, you know, if that's the only thing you're good at and you got to make money, I totally get it. I understand, but think more creatively to do some dope shit so you can make more money, you know? Don't be selling out or doing some bullshit or whatever.
That'd be the hardest shit because it's like, do you want to make music and just say like, fuck it? Or do you want to sell records?
You can do both. There's a happy median between it. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
There's few people I've seen do it, so.
Who?
Madlib.
Look at his
catalog.
I'm talking about making a lot of money. I mean, like.
Oh, come on. You don't think he made a lot of money? They made a lot of money on the Mad Villain record, at least.
I don't know.
They made a lot of money.
Are you sure?
They might have gotten sued and they lost some of that, but yeah, they made a lot of money. Yeah. I think they made a lot of money on that, man. I think a lot of it, they got sued. Based on what I read, they got sued a lot for that album.
For real?
For sample clearances. Why do you think it disappears from streaming services sometimes?
You know, I don't even look because I have the album, like the actual. I think
yeah,
I
me
have
too.
the actual
yeah, me
CD.
Too. Me too. Yeah.
Because these kids are so used to fucking opening up Spotify. Like, God forbid you don't have fucking you don't play everything on the YouTube app. You're not cool anymore. Like, I actually have the physical, bro. Like,
yeah, me too. That's it. It's an essential to have on physical for sure.
But they got multiple, like they got sued multiple times.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, look, bro, they were not clearing nothing. And hey, I know you and I kind of think differently about, you know, like it's important to clear shit, but like at the same time, I respect not doing whatever because, like, you know, I'm not actively thinking about that. I'm just making music at the end of the day, and that's what I think they were doing. But they ain't cleared none of that shit. None of that shit.
That's what scares me, bro, because I don't want our shit to be like a hit or whatever, or like we eat off of like one record and then fucking Dionne Warwick or whoever is like, hey, that's our shit. And then they come after us. And then like,
I mean, I guess for me, here's what I've learned. Like kind of at least the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been reinventing myself with sampling. I've been doing my best to like really do some things where you can't figure out what it is. Like you know how there's some tracks from the '90s where some people don't even know what the sample is. Like, what's a good example? It's off Reasonable Doubt. Bring It On with DJ Premier. No one knows the sample of that shit. Like, I'd be trying to flip shit so differently that you wouldn't know what it is. So if people do come after, they gotta really bring their third ear out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also too, I feel like the digger, I mean the digger, the bigger or like the farther you fucking dig, like the fucking label companies, if they weren't bought out and like not absorbed into like Sony or something like that, and they just kind of like fizzled away, you could get away with that shit. But like that be the thing, like you never know if you sample something that, okay, you think it's gone, but it just got absorbed into like fucking Warner or something like that, and now you fucking just fucked with like a giant, a label giant, conglomerate. It's a really fucking fucking like, I don't know. It's like a really, I don't know, with sampling. That's the only shit that scares me, man. It's really scary to me because I'm not trying to get sued because I'm gonna be mad as fuck. And then
no, I'm with you. I don't really think about it though. I'm just like, bring it on. If you want to do that, then you really think you think I'm making a difference, and that makes me happy. But it's also I'm getting sued. You can look at it from both ways, but I don't care. It's an art form. Eventually, I feel like maybe not in our lifetime. Eventually, it will be a respected thing where it might be fair game, or it'll be easier to clear shit. Like I know I was looking into this, and I will never do it. It's not my thing. They got something called like TrackLib. You can buy, rights to do stuff, buying samples on there. It's like a monthly service or whatever, and that's cool. But you got to pay for it every month. And I'm looking at these records here, and I can just buy these and do it without having to fucking do that shit or whatever. And I don't. That's cool if they have that, but like I'm finding shit people ain't gonna get are fine. That's my game. If you can do all that shit and find accessible stuff, that's cool. I have 3 currencies in my life. Money, weed, records. That's it. Rare records. I'm always about the rare music. So,
and going back to TrackLib, I feel like TrackLib is really cool, but like I don't know about that monthly subscription shit.
I agree. I feel the exact same way. It's a cool idea, but I'm not. Why would I pay for it every month? Maybe like a yearly thing I could get behind, maybe, but like monthly. You got all these streaming shits that you do monthly, like all these monthly payments. I don't fuck with this monthly shit. Like DistroKid, I'm on DistroKid. They hit me with the 1 year thing, and that's fine. Like it's one time, and that's cool, and I get to have it for as long as I keep doing it. I'm with that shit. The whole monthly shit is whack. I'm not with that.
They fucking misspelled my name though, so I don't know. That's why I don't like DistroKid, bro. They fucking.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Same thing with mine. They put my shit in all caps, and I don't fuck with it, but.
It's like, yo, bro, like I put my name the way I want it, and you're just gonna just fucking like, oh, okay, it's cool. We'll just fucking like have it like, how do they fuck my shit up, bro? They put some dumb shit like it was like the cash sign, the lowercase e, and everything else in all caps, or some dumb shit. That's not my name, bro. You're gonna have me mixed up with some fucking dumb kid in Iowa or some shit like that. Yeah. That they fucking their name is served somehow, and fucking I don't know. It's some.
I know what you mean. I'd be pissed because like mine's not that deep. They put it in all caps, but that's not me. I wish they had like a preference where like a hard preference where you set it how it is, so you stand out. Your music stands out amongst your catalog. That's probably my only complaint about that shit. But I wish it was easy to just as easy it is to start your own like independent shit, like an independent label. Then I wouldn't have to do that shit. But it's not as easy these days. So,
bro, this whole TrackLib. If you wanna keep it real, it's probably the best alternative if you're like really trying to sample heavy and legally, because
no, I agree.
If you're independent and you want to clear samples, that shit is definitely gonna be more expensive than a fucking monthly whatever. You know what I mean? Like, some people are gonna want 100%, or they're gonna want like 50 grand or whatever. Like I know Danny Brown, just for him saying, don't let me enter my zone or whatever, the Jay-Z, you know, don't let me enter my zone, don't let me. He had to pay like 50 grand just for saying that, bro.
That's interesting because I don't really look at that as sampling. Because like when
it is though, like
interesting. You know, I don't look at it. I don't look at that as sampling. Like I can see that, but at the same time, like when you record stuff, not necessarily sampling. I mean, like you and I both know sampling is like, you know, taking an audio format that's not yours and manipulating it. I mean, if you're using somebody else's exact same words in a different context, I don't know about that shit. That's like a gray area.
Yeah, I feel like, man, you come from like this whole hip hop shit, and then like you're gonna charge a rapper like 50 grand just for saying a line.
He don't even need it, bro. Jay got money, man.
He's a fucking billionaire, isn't he?
I wouldn't know. Probably.
Bruh, something like that. He makes a lot of money though, bro. Like that shit is wild, but you know, we're gonna end it right here. You know what I mean? I love conversating. You know, all the conversations we have. You know what I mean? Real interesting. You know what I mean? This was like a whole freestyle. I didn't really have anything prepared. I just kind of wanted to, you know, freestyle on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
But I want to thank you for your time. You know what I mean? And coming on, guys.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I always appreciate you having me on here, bro.
For sure. But with that, we are out of here, bro. Have a good one.
You too, bro. Peace.
Peace.